Alright, good morning. Welcome to another episode. In today's episode, we're going to be doing something I've been wanting to do for a long time, and that's to test out a 12 volt 100 amp hour battery in my fishing kayak. And you've seen the kayak on the channel before. It's a Pelican Catch Mode 110. I'm also going to be using my troll motor build as well. It's just a Minn Kota Endura 30 like you get at Walmart. Nothing special there. It's got the same factory switch and everything. The kayak just weighs under 300 pounds, so not the heaviest kayak, but definitely not the lightest kayak for sure. But I'm also going to be switching to the factory prop as well. You know, most people probably ain't going to be changing out the prop, so I'm just going to switch back to it for this test. Normally I would use a APC prop like this one, or I use a Kipplewall prop like that one. Either one of them two props right there is a really good prop to go to. But for this test, I'm going to be doing 5 for 10 minutes and then switch it back to 3 for 20 minutes. I'm going to be doing that back and forth throughout the whole test and until the battery goes dead. I just feel like that's going to be a little more accurate. You know, most people don't just leave it on 5 the whole time they're out there. You know, we may travel for a little bit or we may cross the lake or river, but for majority of the time that we're out there, we're on like 1 through 4, you know, what have you, fishing around, whatnot. So I just think that'll be more realistic. And also, it's going to be a little bit windy today as well. So I think, you know, adding a little bit of a wind will make it more realistic overall. I got 2 stopwatches here. And so when we switch them speeds back and forth, I can hit that second stopwatch. I think it'll make it a little more accurate. I'm going to be recording all the voltage, amps, and everything at 100%, 50%, and you know, at the end. Also going to be recording the total time that we were out there and total mileage that we were out there. I think the total mileage will be very interesting at the end of this video. I think it will be very surprising, at least for me anyway. But also I'm going to be recording the mileage at the 50% mark as well, so that'll be another interesting fact. And I'm going to be recording how many times that we were on 5 and how many times we were on 3. So at the end I can give total hours that we were on 5 and 3. So I think that'll also be pretty interesting to see. But in today's video, Goldenmate was nice enough to send me a brand new Orion 1000 to do this test with. And just looking at this battery right off the bat, it just looks amazing. Definitely a unique battery. I've never really seen a lithium battery that looks like this one. And one thing you'll notice after just looking at it is the handles on each side. There's real big handles you can get your whole hand into. You know, most lithium batteries don't have handles, you know, coming in at just under 30 pounds. You still need handles on, you know, each side of it. And some of them have straps, but some of them have like little thing you put your fingers into. But this one here actually has really nice handles on it. But coming to the bottom of the battery, has these rubber bumpers right here on the bottom. That's really nice if you want to set it on the side of your kayak or you want to set it in the back of your truck. You know, you don't want it sliding around. Pretty sticky pads too. They don't want to move on this table here. But one of the things about this battery to me is icing on the cake for it, especially in its price point. And I'll link this battery down in the description on Amazon and on their website so you can look at it and check it out. But there's a screen on top. You know, most smart batteries out there, you have to download an app, you have to get your phone out. And a lot of us, you know, we put our phone in dry boxes and we don't want to get them out or we don't want to download an app. But all you have to do is hit that button on top. A screen comes on. That's how many percent you got left in your battery. Just really simple to use. Just turn it back off. And it will go off automatically in case you forget to turn it off. So that's real nice. But I just feel like that's a really nice feature to have right there. You know, it's just something that, you know, when you're out there, you don't want to get your phone out. You can just hit that button real quick, give you a peace of mind. But it does have a smart app that you can download and use. And I'll show you all that here real quick. Okay, so connect with the battery. All you gotta do is open the app up, and then you'll find the serial number of the battery right there. Click on it, and this is the battery itself here. You'll see the percentage right here, and the voltage, the amp draw, and the watt hours, and then the estimated time that you have left on that battery. That's something that I think is just really helpful, and just really give you a good peace of mind for sure. But you know, say you're drawing 10 amps off that battery on like 1, 2, or 3, what have you. And then it'll show you right here, based off that amp draw, how many minutes and hours you have left on that battery at that amp draw. So, you know, say you're downriver coming back up current, you want to know if you got enough juice left in this battery to make it back. And, you know, say you look at it and it's got 2 hours left, so you know you got plenty of juice. You don't have anything to worry about. Just one of the things that gives you a peace of mind when you're coming from trips like that, what have you. But Down here you get the temperatures. You can change that to Celsius, Fahrenheit real easy right there. Overall, it's just a really simple app. Really like it. It also comes with the owner's manual. Has all the specs in there for the battery, and also has all the specs on the end right here. Real easy to read. I just think that's real nice to put it right there on the end of the battery. It also has these little plastic toppers right here that you can put on your studs to kind of help protect them from shorting out or what have you. You can also leave them on there and tighten it up with them. And it also comes with these little connectors here you can put on your wires if you want to. And then it comes with this communication wire. And what this is for, in case you want to hook these in parallel or in series, what you can do is this allows this battery monitor to communicate with the other batteries. And so you just pop this little rubber boot right here out, plug that in there, plug it into your other batteries, and so on. And that'll help that battery monitor be more accurate with all your other batteries in the series or parallel. I just think that's a little neat feature to have right there. But I think that's about it. Like I said, it's going to be a little bit windy today. It's going to be around 95 degrees for the high, so it'll definitely be a good test day, I think, in my opinion. But I'm ready to get out there and get started, so come along. Alright, so we're 15 minutes into, well, just under 15 minutes into the second 20-minute cycle. And we've already gone just a little past 1.7 miles. I'm just really impressed with that. You know, just never really realized how far you actually go when you're out there fishing. You know, I mean, a lot of trips I make long runs, you know, 45 minutes or what have you. And I know that's about 2.5, 3 miles. You know, I look at it on my GPS, but I just really never realized how far you can actually go, you know, on a battery. I think at the end of this trip, it's really going to be an eye-opening moment, you know, overall how far we went and, you know, everything. But so far, the three on the 20-minute cycle there at 100%, we're going just over 2 miles an hour at 11.1 amps. And at 5, we're going 3.5 miles an hour, just over 3.5 at 22.7 amps. And kind of eye-opening moment for me. Like I said earlier, I haven't ran this factory prop in probably over 5 years, and I'm just reminded why I don't. First of all, it just puts out so much vibration and noise compared to like an APC or the Kippawa, and the speed. I can get 3 miles an hour out of 4 on an APC prop, and this right here on 5, I'm getting just 3.5. So definitely you get more speed out of the APC prop too. You know, just didn't really realize it until I went back to this factory prop. But it's definitely a little bit of an eye-opener. I'm glad I did this test just for kind of my own reference as far as props and how far I can go. And like I said, I think at the end of this video, it's definitely going to be an eye-opening moment for me and y'all as far as how far you can go in a kayak. You know, like I said, this kayak just under 300 pounds. What I have in it right now, just completely loaded up, just like I would if I was going fishing, basically. But it's just like I said, I think it's just going to be an eye-opening moment at the end of all this. So stay tuned, keep on going. Alright, y'all, we just hit 49% on the battery, and I'm pretty impressed with this right here. This is 3 hours 30 minutes so far, 9.2 miles. That to me is just mind-blowing. I never would have figured that it would be, we would be 9 miles, almost, well, if you give it a little bit longer, we'd be 10 miles, that little under 50% battery capacity. That's crazy to me. I mean, I've never, all my fishing trips, usually round trip, anywhere between 6 and 8 miles. And I've always kind of been weary, or really just, kind of worried, where am I at on my battery? And, I had nothing to worry about at all. Because normally, like I said, normally when you're out here fishing, you don't use 4 and 5, and most of the time I don't even use 3 that much. I usually 1 and 2 mostly the whole time I'm fishing. I bump it up to 3 and 4 if I want to kind of get somewhere pretty quick. I do hit 5 sometimes too, but normally you use 1 and 2 most of the time when you're fishing. Some people use 3, but regardless, this is like a worst case scenario here for if you're really just using that trolling motor a lot when you're fishing. But like I said, I'm just super impressed. 9 miles, 50%. That's just awesome to me. I'm just really curious to see where it goes from here. Miles per hour really hasn't dropped that much. We're looking at 3.4 on the 5 setting, and the 3 setting hasn't really dropped that much because you're only pulling like half the amp, so I really didn't expect for it to drop that much. It's only dropped to 2.4, which like I said earlier, if you're long line trolling, or if you're wanting to do any kind of trolling, that's good right there. That's you're right there in that sweet spot. You don't want to lose that speed, and if you're staying on 3 and 4 or 2, you're not really going to lose hardly any speed at all throughout your fishing trip if you're trolling. That's really good on lithium battery. I would definitely, if you're looking at any kind of trolling and want to keep that speed consistent, I would definitely look into a lithium for sure. But overall, just happy with how it's gone so far. I'm going to continue on. Stay with us. Alright, so we just hit 25% on the battery. That's 5 hours and 11 minutes and a whopping 13.2 miles. That's just mind-blowing to me. It's just, I've never been so far in a kayak, running circles around this lake. But the top speed on the number 5 setting has dropped just a little bit, 3.3 averaging. And on the low side, though, it really hasn't dropped that much. I'm about 2 miles an hour, what it's kind of sticking around at. I'm just kind of surprised that, I'm real surprised that the high side hasn't come down faster, especially when we get down to this 25% in the lower part of the battery when that voltage starts dropping. But I'm just kind of real surprised that it's not dropping like I figured it would. But like I said, on this side, the low side, it's perfect for trolling. If you're really wanting that long battery life for trolling, then lithium is the way to go. This Goldenmate has just really impressed me. And 13 miles, that's just mind-blowing. Like I said earlier, 9 miles when we was at 50%. I don't think I've ever had a kayak trip that's been 9 miles, so I definitely don't have anything to worry about as far as battery life. I'm just super impressed with this battery so far, just the longevity of it. We're going to keep going. I'm hoping maybe we can get 15 miles out of it. That's what I'm hoping, but I just don't know. Getting down to this lower part of the battery, I'm really hoping we get maybe 2 more 10-minute runs out of it, maybe 3, I don't know. But just fighting with this wind. The wind has really picked up. When we first come out here, it was only around a 5-mile-an-hour wind. It was kind of like it is right now. But last hour it's really picked up around 10 to 15 mile an hour, gusts being around 15. But you know, when you fight against that wind going upwind, you know, you're not gaining as many miles of what you are hours. But I'm hoping, like I said, I hope maybe 15, but we'll wait and see. I'm really impressed with it so far. Stay tuned. Well, we made it through that 10-minute run. I was not expecting that. I was expecting for it to die at any second. If it makes it through this 20-minute run here, it might though, because while we'll go whenever switch back to 3, it went from showing that I had 20 minutes left on that 5 to like 33 minutes left on 3. So I'm going to look at the battery monitor here real quick, see what it shows now. It shows 8 minutes, still at 12.3. It may make it through another 20-minute run on 3, you know, drawing less amps like this, drawing 10.5. That's one thing that's really got me about the speed. You know, the voltage have dropped. I mean, we started out, I think, around 14, right at 14 volts. And, you know, here at 12.3, and the, you know, speed just has not dropped hardly, nothing like I thought it would. You know, I really figured once we got this low that you would see a pretty significant drop in speed. But it has not been like that at all. I'm trying to stick close to the landing as I can. I've been kind of making my trips shorter. I was going all the way to the other end of the lake and kind of just, you know, making long trips. But ever since it started getting down to around 15%, I started sticking pretty close to the landing. I don't want to have to paddle too far. Can't believe it's still going. Let's see, the total time is 6 hours and 54 minutes, almost 7 hours. Let me look at the miles real quick. 17.6, almost 18 miles. You can see the crazy trip that I made today. Kind of just circling around this end, that end. And when the sun started going down, I started working this side here, getting in the shade in the afternoon here. Go back to the battery monitor here. I really want to be looking at this when it dies. I just think it's neat. Like I said, I just think, you know, like them longer trips where you're definitely or kind of worried, you know, if this right here will give you a peace of mind for sure. .5. That is the quietest that I've ever heard that steering motor. There she goes. 10.4 volts. 10.6, it just come up just a hair there. She is done. So am I. Let me go ahead and stop my stopwatch real quick. There we go. Let me go to that. 7 hours and 27 minutes. Do a screenshot of that. And then let's go to the mileage over here. 19, right at 19 miles, 19.01 miles. That is just crazy. I'm gonna screenshot that. You can see all the crazy stuff I did there. But that is just that's amazing. A little over 7, I'll call it right at 7 minutes into that run. It almost made it to another 10-minute run. Like I said, that is just that's amazing. I just cannot believe. Go ahead and call it 7 minutes on that one there. And I will I'm gonna add all this up, get back with y'all real quick. But overall, I mean, wow, 7 hours and 27 minutes. That's the longest I've ever been on the water not fished. I've had, I guess the longest I've ever been on the water fishing is around 11 hours. And, but you know, it's totally different when you're fishing. You know, you got your mind focused on other things and you're not really, just like that 11-hour trip. You know, at the end of that day, I didn't feel tired because my mind, you know, I was doing stuff, I was catching fish. But today it's just been nonstop going, you know, timing, writing down. It's just definitely a long day. I'm glad I did it though, because this just blows my mind and just gives me such a peace of mind with lithium batteries now, especially this Goldenmate battery, because like I said, that battery monitor, it is worth every penny. I wish I had that on all of them, really. Just like I said, just definitely gives you a good peace of mind. But I'm gonna add all this time here up and we'll get right back. Alright y'all, so I went ahead and come on home, got me a shower, a new change of clothes, and got me a cold bottle of water. That's something that I really wanted right there, with the shower and the cold bottle of water after that hot day on the lake there. But overall though, it was worth it. It was definitely an interesting day and an eye-opening day for me, and I hope it was for y'all as well. I was not expecting the results that we got. You know, as the day went on, especially when we started getting down there towards that 20% range of that battery, I was really figuring that, you know, we were fixing to drop off at any minute. You know, I had no idea that, you know, I think we ended up going till about 5% on the battery before we actually started seeing a little bit of a drop. And even down there at the end of it, it was still at 12 volts. And finally, once we reached that, I think it was around 2 or 3% on the battery, we started seeing 11 volts, and it dropped pretty quick from there. But the speed is what impressed me so much. Is down there all the way to the very end, the speed hardly didn't drop. It was just staying up there the whole time. And that was just really surprising to me. I was just blown away really for the whole experience. I never pushed a lithium battery before until today, and like I said, I've been fishing them for about 3.5 to 4 years now, and just never ever try to push one. I'm glad that I did this though, just for peace of mind for myself, knowing that I can do that if I need to, if I'm out there. I'll definitely, from now on, I'll probably start going longer trips, longer runs and stuff than what I did before, because before, you know, I would usually do 45-minute to an hour run to get to a spot and then fish my way back or what have you, you know. But that was always kind of my mental point that I wanted to quit at, because I didn't really think my battery could get me back or what have you, you know. But knowing now, I had nothing to worry about whatsoever. But like I said, just one of them peace of mind things for sure. But the app and the screen on top was just, you know, that's one reason why this battery will definitely be in my kayak from now on, is just because of the app. Knowing that estimated time that you have and the battery percentage right there and on your phone and on top of that screen. I did try to film that screen today, and that's one reason why you won't see it in the video. Every time I tried to film it, it was kind of like an LED light. You know how like when you film an LED light, it looks like a strobe light. I don't know why it does that, but something to do with the sunlight, I don't know. But I tried to change the settings on my camera, but every time I looked at it, it was just like a strobe light. But when you could look at it with your naked eye, and it was just fine. But I don't know, I just that aggravated me today, because I really wanted to get a shot of that screen out there on the lake, but my camera would not cooperate. But at the end of the trip, we got 2.3 hours on 5, that's on high, and then we got 5 hours total on 3. So then 7 hours and 27 minutes, and then 19 miles total trip time. So that was just, like I said, just an eye-opening, mind-blowing day for me. I never would have thought in a million years that we could get 19 miles out of a battery. And I felt like that was more realistic scenario. I don't know what y'all think. If you want to see a different kind of test, or if you want to see like a different prop test, drop a comment below, and I'll definitely think about it or what have you. I'm very interested to know what the APC prop will do. I know it draws a lot less amps, and you get more speed out of it, but I'm just kind of interested to, I don't know if I'll do it or not. I don't know if I want to suffer through another day like that, but I'm glad I did it though. But that's going to bring this one to an end. I just want to thank Goldenmate for sending this battery out. If y'all are interested in one of these batteries, got a link in my description below on Amazon and to their website. But I think you'll like the company. The reviews are good on both Amazon and their website. And talking to them back and forth, they were really nice people. So, like I said, I think you'll like them, and I think you'll like the battery overall. It's definitely going to be in my kayak from now on for sure. But that's going to be it for today. Appreciate y'all watching.